find the link. Gotta find the link.
It's up. 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 Come on. 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 Why did that not open the freaking link?
Smash that share. You want to
Smash that chair. Smash that chair. Smash that chair.
Share you can. Smash that share. Cause it's better when you do it. Smash that share. Smash that share. Show you care.
That's not useful at all.
Smash that share.
Heather and Rob celebrating. Oh, Heather. No, wrong Heather. Oh, yeah, disaster.
Oh, that's right. Now. I'm doing the whole.
What are you doing?
Clicking.
Make the clicking.
Make the clicking happen. This is the boring part where we have to make sure everybody knows how to get where they're going.
Directions.
Alright.
Cutting and pasting.
Holy cow, people. This is gonna be...
What?
Really special.
Really?
It will be special.
You.
Yes, you.
I'm helping.
Yeah, you're helping.
Helping. Bizarro. I love you.
Don't mind us as we... This is the thing. It's like we have to do all the share and all the sound and all the stuff because we are still us and have never really changed and don't allow others to touch our stuff.
Vicious distrust.
Still distrustful after all these years.
Distrustful after all these years. Cha-cha-cha.
So again, do share, please. We're gonna pull some really old songs tonight. We're gonna do some really new songs-ish tonight. We're splitting the difference. And for year 3, this is year 3 of the live streamed anniversary show. We are again not going to repeat any songs from the previous 2 live streams. We did 36 songs in the previous live streams, and we're not going to repeat any of them.
Which is, some of you have requested a couple things for tonight, and we probably might not do your requests because we've done them in the past 2 years. But, for every other night we do your requests. So this is not terrible.
And there's a few that are going to make it just by nature of just guessing correctly. Somehow you found the ones we haven't done.
Thank you, Tracy.
So what'll be cool is I figure tomorrow we'll throw these 3 up in a playlist, and if you played them end to end, you would be able to hear, upwards of about 50 plus songs with no repeats. And we figure we've got possibly 1 more year in us where we could do a no repeats live stream.
I mean, we've written a lot of stuff. I mean, we could stay ahead of this. We could stay ahead of this. So we figure we can at least go into year 4 no repeat live stream. So yeah. Hi everybody. It's so weird. Hi. Jade, we love you too.
Yay! I thought of you today because I was shopping for Tasties with my small person, and I was like, oh man. Tiny Jade.
Hey Irene, thank you for joining us from Scotland. All right, I'm going to shut off my desk mic. I'm
leave the con, and come on back.
I'm working on it. Press this button. Oh, man, I'm going to find this thing.
Oh my goodness,
That's not the thing.
What thing?
This thing. Not that thing. This thing.
There we go.
It's us! Hi, everybody. Puppy! Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you. I forgot a drink.
You can go get a drink. Oh, do you have a drink?
I got a drink.
There's a drink.
Okay, cool.
Is there bugs in it?
Just a couple bugs.
I think it's funny that we will raise a beer later, but let's see. What do we have right now? What do you have?
Water.
Coffee. 21 years. To put that into perspective, thank you. It was nice to see the honey badgers so much at the conference that we just...
I think it's really funny that now we as a trio, like walking around, the moment we see one or the other of them, all of us just badger. It's kind of creepy to people around us that don't know what's going on.
Right. Am I stepping on your stuff?
No, actually,
You were just hitting me.
I'm just hitting you.
So for perspective, 21st anniversary of the band. I joined this band when I was...
And for clarity, this is the 21st anniversary of Heather and I together. Rowan and Sharif and I have all been together longer. So 21st anniversary of us.
Band.
Yeah.
I was 21 when I started with the band. So...
Sorry.
Once we cross this threshold...
At 8:13 p.m.
At 8:13 p.m. I have been in this band more than half my life. I know you have mixed feelings about that.
I have mixed feelings about that.
You shouldn't.
I feel like I stole you. I'm not sure from what or what you would have gotten up to. Great stuff, I'm sure.
I did, though.
Yeah. Did? Past tense?
I did get up to great stuff.
Gonna do up other great stuff.
Yes, but tonight is this...
Tonight is great stuff. Whoops, wrong thing. Super cool. Better make sure this is up in case Kristen's late. My vocal sounds. Hold on. We now have changes in the thing. Flesh in my bones is not quite as thick as it used to be. And some days I think that the ridges and the tips of my fingers have been worn away. I load my back with 16 tons. I'm listening hard for the camel crack. Fear brought the church to me. I thought I'd touch stained glass for far too long. My fingers yellowed, my fingers stained. You died in glass that was stained that color. I found you soft in a cold, dark place. I saw white, I could barely see the whites. In a cold, dark place, I could not find the softest part. In your eyes, in your eyes, within your eyes, within your eyes. Flesh in my bones is not quite as lush as I thought it was. Now I find I'm as soft as a cat. I load my head with 16 tons. I'm listening hard for that I hope is there. been told what to do, what to be, what I cannot be. I have been many things I don't even know what I want to be. I hope I am much stronger for these things that I have been. I think too clear, too dear, too cold. I fear, I see the bottom of the sea, a thing too clear. She was ice cream clouded over. She faded fast as she faded, fast as the sun came clear. 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 I haunt this photograph that binds you to me. Yeah, I haunt this dream that I thought was part of you and me. I burn the lockets, I collect this ash, I hold the dust, I hold it dear. Until this sun came clear. Until the sun came clear. Until the sun came clear. Until the sun came clear. I haunt this photograph that binds you to me. Yeah, I haunt this dream that I thought was part of you and me. I burn the lockets, I collect this ash, I hold the dust, I hold it dear. Until this sun came clear. Until the sun came clear. You know I held you so dear. Until the sun came clear. In the sky, a small blonde skull turned to me. It's time for me to leave. Nothing left but the creature in the corner. Nothing left but the beast behind the door. I let loose, I screamed at the storm. I could have saved you, I could have saved you, I could have saved you, I could have saved you if I'd only had the time. If I'd only had the time. If I'd only took 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 the time. The flesh in her bones is no longer on her bones. It has seeped, been stripped, it's found and wound its way. And only the eyes lie alive at the bottom of the sea. They lie accusing me. They lie accusing me of everything that I wish I could be in her eyes. In her eyes. In her eyes. Within her eyes. So there's weird songs without the rest of the band to go all like awry and a miss. Kristen, I'm hoping that dealt with the everything. You were sending me some comments there that was saying, change this, change that.
Okay, guitars are like already like, ah!
Hey, sweet.
Tuned everything.
The creature in the corner was a 8-foot tall paper mache and chicken wire woman with long claws that my ex-girlfriend had said, don't worry about it. I'll send money to ship that when she moved out. creature was in the corner. So we're ilyAIMY from Baltimore, Maryland. For those of you who don't know that, this is Heather Aubrey Lloyd.
Hi.
My name is Rob, and we have been partners for 21 years, with our very first performance having been at 8:13 p.m. on November 16th of 2001. So we are celebrating our 21st anniversary tonight. And
Hey, Matt Presley.
our brains are having a little bit of trouble, comprehending that, I think. Matt Presley is out there. He's my birthday twin. He's one of my birthday twins. I'm sure I've got more than one birthday twin. He must be floating out there. We'll have to all get together one night. Presumably on one of our birthdays. Make it weird.
This wasn't going to make the cut, and then it was one of the ones people requested and did not fall into the previous set list. So there was a great Excel spreadsheet that was made, and lots of me going, there's no way we didn't play this song in the first 2 live streams. There's no way we didn't play this song. And I had to go back through and listen and check. And then there was a great Excel spreadsheet made of all the possible Heather songs and all the possible Rob songs that we could play tonight. And then prioritized further. And this was one that wasn't going to make it, and then somebody asked for it, and it happened to be in the right spot. This was a song originally written about a friend of mine who we're not friends anymore, because that's what 21 years will do with songs you've written. We're not friends anymore, but we met for a dinner in D.C. between him being in the military and me being on tour.
In my heart you're a stowaway, and though I've sent in the dogs, can't seem to make you go away, in spite of all of the floods. And I've asked Poseidon to find him who's hiding safe on my last vintage of hope, a drug deeper than water, held in something that floats. And you are a barrel rider, the most tenacious kind. And you are all promises, and I am all wine. A chronicle lettered with farewell dinners, you topping off of my glass before we pass. Before we pass. All in all I taste is salt when we kiss, when we kiss. The way we pass in the night, the way we pass in the night, we must be ships. I flashed you a signal, you gave me a bow on your way through. With all our appointments, it's all that we have time to do. Oh, but we love our traveling, the rigging's unraveling, my canvas sails getting torn. And though I lead the way like a mascarone, I can't say I know where I'm going, 'cause all I taste is salt when we kiss, when we kiss, the way we pass in the night, the way we pass in the night, we must be ships. Your name, finger written in sand, the last time I made land. Now I leave you a note, but I know it just won't last. No, it won't last. Oh, but you are a barrel rider, the most tenacious kind. And you are all promises, and I am all mine. Oh, but all I taste is salt. When we kiss, when we kiss, the way we pass in the night, the way we pass in the night, we must be ships. The way we pass in the night, the way we pass in the night, we must be ships.
It's a good song.
Thank you.
People out there.
Aww. And it's really, it's morphed, because again, it was originally a bit of a flirty song about people who kind of like periodically hook up and stuff like that. But then it's really now about like traveling and the people that you see on the road, and there's always, someone's always going somewhere, someone's always moving somewhere. Oh, hey, Kelly. And so really now it's become that kind of thing. We love our traveling, though rigging's unraveling. And that's a line that's about us. Rigging's
The Sheeps and Macaroni song. Now I'm trying to figure out like why I would have introduced this the Sheeps and Macaroni song.
I don't know, because you're weird. And
I guess so,
go
yeah.
on.
Open for Dan Blakesley in Newburyport. Oh, man.
We love Dan. You know who Dan is in Rob's
Thank
life.
you for from Soa Seed Concerts.
Oh, yay!
Where is that?
Chris Malik. He's up in Connecticut, remember?
Oh, right. Well, we'll come back whenever you want us to. Once it gets... Ships and Mascaroni. Yeah, of course.
Oh, Mascaroni. Okay, so...
Carrie, thank you for being out there to
Thank you.
parse my Robness.
Mascaron de proa. Here's your one-sentence glossary. Most people know this, but... Mascaron de proa is the wooden figurehead on the front of sailing ships. The song also is highly referential to Pablo Neruda and having all of the figureheads. And really the idea of I saw myself as the female, the wooden figurehead on the front of the ship, probably the least actually powerful, the least in charge. You're leading the ship, but you have
strap her to the
no
Saturn
idea
and
what's
let's
going
go.
on. Like, all right, I'm here. I'll be the first to get there, wherever that is. So I asked Rob to dig back into a couple of the songs that.
Wish me luck.
I'm building you up. Let me hype you up. To dig back into some of the songs. When I joined the band, I was given like this massive MP3 disc of everything there was. There's some songs that Rob wrote in college, right before I knew him, that are just these stunning things, and you know, they've been lost to the ether, and we don't really play them very much, but these streams give us an opportunity to dig them back out. And so, what is this was about something real that you saw.
This is a song that was partially inspired. I was driving home from home. I was driving back to Baltimore, and my girlfriend at the time and I, we were driving home in my Volkswagen bus, and 295, as you go up, there's moments where you can see the southbound from the northbound, but they're few and far between. And we can see flashing lights up ahead. We didn't know what it was. And then through a patch of the trees, we just saw a car that was just blazing on fire. And nobody really in a rush, which is always sort of a terrifying thing. And I couldn't get over the idea that I was probably watching people die right now. And then in the next lane, I remember there being these, I was 20-something years old, whatever kids meant to me at the time, just laughing uproariously like it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. And being a singer-songwriter, of course, this melded in my head about my relationship. Because hell, you know, death and car crashes and the ending of your relationships all seem sort of at the same level at that time, I think, in your life. So that is roughly what inspired this. And just realizing like how important certain things are, these moments of people that, you know, they're not going to mean anything to me ever. I won't ever know who they are.
Alexander wants to know if the Volkswagen was a T1 or a T2.
I have no idea what that means. I feel terrible. There's an 81 Westphalia.
There you go. Whatever that means.
I feel bad about this song and many of my older songs because it was this realization that I think I was putting a judgment call on the other person in the relationship about how she wasn't viewing the same things as important as I was. And I was generally pretty wrong. Stick to your skin and hold on tight. And tell me we'll make it home alright tonight. That firelight, it could have been us. And some nights I wish it were. And stick to your teeth, your guns and your bones. And are you in love? Or are you just young? 'Cause I'm not all that special, you see. There's not that much left of me. No, there's not that much left of me. Oil slick, cloud thick, scarring stars, leaving nothing. The red and blue and black and white and red, and the laughter of next lane. It merges to forget that someone's dying. Someone in there somewhere is dying. Someone in there somewhere is frying. A firelight never looks right in person. I was spoiled by our pyrotechnic dreams. Don't climb so high, I don't want this to die. Too many live for their epitaph. If 4 were true, if 5 were real, when we're wounded we might even bother to tell the truth. When we're wounded we'll surrender, when we're dying we might even remember. might even remember what we were. 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 I'll be clean with the thunder. I'll be clean with the rain. Don our masks in the morning. We'll don our masks in the morning. You love that, don't you? It's what you live for. And you love that, don't you? Yeah. But these voices distract. These voices are roaring. These voices are false. And everyone's lying. And I try and see, but you're lying. They're lying. And I'll try and see, but you're lying. They're burning. And I try and sleep, but I'm lying here burning. And I try and sleep, but you love my burning. And you love my burning, don't you? 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 And I I'm all burning. Used to like it.
I love it.
I'm glad.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's weird when you grow up and you've got like, oh, these are the songs I wrote in my 20s. And these are the songs that I wrote in my 40s. And there's like, I think it's like a bell curve of drama.
Chris is like, doesn't the phrase in our 20s pretty much translate to when I was wrong? Not too far off, man. So again, for those of you who don't know, we're ilyAIMY from Baltimore, Maryland. For those of you who do know, thank you so much for joining us. And please click the share button and all that good stuff so that lots of people can be here who don't have the context to understand what they're listening to.
Right. Not to mention we're gonna get better as we go.
What do you mean better?
It's weird.
This is
like,
so good.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, it's like I always start the anniversary one like way too deeply in my head because of course I've been like just like, grinding on this like set and there are millions of guitars.
Of which we'll probably play 2 of them, but you know.
Well, yeah. So this one, I haven't brought this guitar out for a while. And it's like just chilly enough in here that the guitars are flipping out, so forgive the tuning. Alright. So I answer your song about the thing about happening in your life that's, or not your life adjacent, that's all dramatic and you immediately relating that to your relationship at the time. With, this didn't happen to me, and yet I related the story to my relationship at the time. I swear it's still there. I swear it's still there. At the tips of my fingers. A powerful dream. I once more than hope. Twice alive for his soul, for his heart, my own. But as numb as I am, I can still feel it in my head. Like the lamb I lost.
There's nothing left, scarred under the skin, spare disfiguring. I should count my blessings. Forgiven, I hear someone needed it more. Would take better care than the one before. He deserves someone dying for his eyes. But as dumb as I am, I can still feel it in my head. Like the hell I lost in a war. I swear it's still there. I swear it's still there. At the tips of my fingers, a powerful dream. It's the Phantom. Woo.
It's funny because when I wrote the set, I didn't realize that was the direct answer to, like, oh, here's this thing that's not happening to me, but I'm going to take this thing and use it to write about my relationship. And it's that exact song. Most people who, hey, Chris, your request is one of the ones that made the cut.
What?
By the
Who?
way.
What are you? What
Chris
you?
Otto. We're not
that's
doing
true.
it yet, but it's in there. Yeah. I don't know, man. We're like in a weird headspace tonight. I'm really excited about the set list, though. There's like some really cool stuff on here.
So, the weird headspace is partially because we lost our friend Richard McMullen. And for those of you who don't know who Richard was, Richard has been was a supporter of ilyAIMY for a very, 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 very long time. And I mean, he may be responsible for the first things that were bookings for ilyAIMY. I don't even know. Richard McMullen was I think the president of the co-op that runs the New Deal Cafe for a very, very long time, or at least the person who ran the music. And he gave us a lot of opportunities. This is a terrible photograph of him, but it's the one that I had available to him. And I just found out this morning, and it was just an awful thing. It was one of those things where I'm like going through my social media passes, and this hits me. His brother, Mike McMullen, posted it. I've only gotten to know Mike over the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And Mike wrote this gorgeous thing about like losing his big brother. And I think about my own relationship with my own brother, and and how family affects us growing up. But he was a lot closer to Richard. And Richard over the years was just so supportive of the band, and taught me a lot of things about how you sort of deal with boards and
for perspective,
musical communities and
people who don't know like who he is or whatever. So the New Deal Cafe, which I don't think we actually uttered
I
those
probably
words.
didn't.
The New Deal Cafe, which is the first, big ilyAIMY shows back when the place was like carpet squares next to a video store. That's him.
And he taught me a really valuable lesson. He taught me the lesson that if someone needs press about your band, you bloody well give it to them, because otherwise they'll fucking write their own shit. So ilyAIMY, random capitalization there. I think this is from 2007 or 2006, something like that. And he called us the band of dangerous gypsies ravaging the New Deal. I think he accuses us of kidnapping the members of Transcendent Third and like putting them up to melodious acts and it's just madness.
Yeah.
And he also was my first experience with like, oh man, somebody can print large stuff for us. That's amazing. So that's been in my head a lot. Like, you know, I came into my work day. I get up in the morning and I make myself breakfast and I feed the cat, not necessarily in that order. And then I come downstairs and I start doing the social media passes and things like that for the various things I'm responsible for. And then everything came to a screeching halt when I ran across Mike's post about Richard. And I'm not dealing with that entirely well. I have this list of people that we've lost since the beginning of the pandemic, and this like horrible moment when I'm adding someone close to me to the list. Sucks. I was
play
prepared
angry,
to be celebratory.
Unrelated songs about it.
Yeah. He always really admired how aggressive I could be on stage, and this is part of that.
This was a request, Megan McGarish. If you're, I cannot say Megan's last name. Megan, if you're in the chat.
Yeah. Collins, I don't know what you said that might be wrong, but it's probably wrong. Nope.
Ah.
This scratching has been getting me nowhere. All this rubbing has been getting me high. Well, thick skin blisters and the blister is bled. No one is listening, so no one is fed up. Finger finds purchase and the paws gotta dig. Settle down deep to all you see is what you did. I gotta have an allergy to the world today. It's the only way to explicate what's been crossing my head. Mile by mile we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. Mile by mile we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. All this scratching has been getting me nowhere. All this retching is just a little rabbit cough. Well, thick skin blisters and the blister is soft. Digging hardens paws and the feeling falls right off. Donald taught me I love everything that it ought to. Donald held his vision most efficiently. I gotta have an allergy to feeling anything at all today. I gotta have a thick skin, thick skin, thick skin, thick. Well, mile by mile we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. Mile by mile we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. Someone was whining about the price of gas today. Someone was whining about the twin SUVs yesterday. Well, I'm of a 911, someone got solidarity, gave love, gave blood, gave cash, gave thanks. I remember 923, suffering back to normalcy. He blamed Hussein, the gays and the gas tax. Right, that makes sense to me. All this bitching has been getting me nowhere. All this rapping has been getting me high. Well, couldn't be coming as any great think. My thick skin is thinning, yeah, and the blisters bleed. Breaking me down, that's best done swiftly. Breaking me in, that could take some time. Breaking out somewhere, that's what I've been thinking. Killing them quickly, never crossed my mind. Now we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. Now we march, man by man we conquer. Rabbit army rises, raging armor. That is the very first song in which, I'm not sure if it was Rowan or Sharif, I think it was Sharif, came in and said, we sort of need something different for the end. And though Alfred, I think, said, I want this rhythm, dun 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 da da. Sharif, I think, is who wrote the like, da 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 da. I think that's the first time someone else came in and wrote something melodic for us. Joshua Lavender, I owe you a text, or 17. Shit. So Allergy was a song I wrote on the back of a boat somewhere in Mexico, thinking to myself, how could this be any worse / better? While defending myself from a woman who really wanted to insert me into her weird relationship with her husband. And fortunately, before that got any worse than it could possibly be, than it already was, they got thrown off the boat as they tried to sneak from their cabin to another cabin by climbing from the exterior of the boat, which is apparently something you get tossed off the boat for doing. It seems to me that they could have wiggled the boat and shaken them off, but I guess that's not really the way cruise ships work. That's what I got to say.
Sorry, I was busy running lyrics ahead in my head so that when I get to them, I already have them queued in my brain.
I love playing this song. This is one of my favorite, but as a full band entity, this is just cool.
And Sharif also really has put his signature on this one.
In such a minor way, though.
But it's that dissonant piano
It's the
part.
thing that makes it, I think, but it's also so subtle. That's what I mean by in a minor way. I don't mean a minor key either, because everything we do is a minor key, right? Nor do I mean that up until Joey joined the band, he was the youngest of the band, and there was a period of time when he was the minor of the band. No, in a minor way in which it's a real subtle thing that he adds, and it's just beautiful. Lisa, thank you.
So I was not really much of a political sort of writer until I met Rob, and he opened up the part of me that was a little more I don't know, aggressive, I suppose.
Oh, grr, arg.
All right, I don't want to hit you. I'm trying to make sure.
I thought we just opened up the part of you that was aggressive.
But I'm not trying to hit you.
If you got anything you want to throw us, paypal.me/ilyAIMY or Venmo at ilyAIMY. That's always a big help, and we can buy each other, I don't know, anniversary sushi or something.
Aw. This is a song that unfortunately becomes re-relevant all the time.
What the fuck is up with that?
I don't want to talk about it. Re-relevant all the time.
For real.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to sing about it. I'm a firm believer. Sometimes you just sing the song.
Absolutely. You put the jellyfish, you put it on fire, and then you sing about it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, my name is third school in 3 years. Shuffled around where there's money to spare. New list of classes, new list of names. So much that's different, so much the same. When did I begin studying? All the latches, could I open them? If my hands were shaking, that one painted shut. Cataloging all the places a child might fit. 5 doors to the exits, 30 feet to the ground, 1 flight to the roof. Better up, better down, decide in advance. If you stuck on the staircase, how much time could I buy them? If I ran out waving, I hated the space it takes up in my mind. 'Cause I signed up to raise the caliber of their minds. So much time drilling all of the calculations. I hope they never know all my preparations. How I quiz myself daily, that they think it's just lessons, textbooks from Texas, Civil War, Smith and Wesson, ancient history, irrelevant mathematics. So ashamed to have been monkeys, so willing to be statistics. Keep them safe, and I get them the basics. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and shelter in place. I hate it, the space it takes up in my mind. When I signed up to raise the caliber of their minds. Caliber, measurement of character, or the barrel of a gun. Isn't language fun? Ones who are listening think I know everything. Make no hollow points here, don't know what laws we should be passing. Don't need no degree from Princeton for what to do about our children. The trigger ends a person, hurt and scared and sad, who could have been taught to talk or run or sing when they're mad. Who needed comfort, a teacher, a parent, a breath, a moment before. There's no coming back, I'd rather hold you than your bullets. And so would everybody here. And if they don't, I'll try to teach them how to love instead of fear. I'd rather hold you than your bullets. You can take up this space in my mind, 'cause I signed up to raise the caliber of lives. Caliber, the measurement of character, or the barrel of a gun. Isn't language fun? And ones who are listening think they know everything.
Good song, Heavy Lloyd.
Thank you. That was one of the monkey songs, which was just weird to think. Every other year I read a funny one, and every other year I read a serious one. And I think that was the year I had been moved to my third school, teaching in 3 years. And the first classroom that I went into, the windows had been painted shut. And I was like, all right, I guess I gotta figure out what's what. And I did that. After that, there was never a room I walked into where I wasn't cataloging every single solitary thing. Hyper-awareness is a terrible burden. My brain tends to do that already, but to then put that on top of it is so awful. But yeah, that was a monkey song. So afraid to have been monkeys, so willing to be statistics.
It's weird. I was hyper aware of guns in schools while I was in school. And I think I'm much more aware of it now. But the brief period of time when I was actually teaching, it wasn't nearly as problematic. It wasn't as much of a thing. I had this narrow patch of time in which I mean, the school already had metal detectors and things, but it was, it was just, that was part of our lives. And since I'd gone to high school in the same place, that was part of the life growing up. But I just remember a lot. I don't know that I want to get into it.
I remember an almost blurry memory from childhood of being hustled inside very quietly because I noticed there were policemen with rifles because a domestic dispute had spilled into the school playground, and they very quietly and quickly kind of ushered us inside, and I do remember that from childhood. So this is an answer to that. I'm actually very pleased with the ebb and flow of this in terms of content. This is a song about Baltimore.
The city's built on the ashes of rats. You can grind them underfoot if you wish. And thanks for warning, but I think I'll stay. I sit back and sprawl and stare at it all. A curtain breeze, it blocks me. I turn away from the window. With its eyes and the guns, the city screams and she mutters, you turn over sleeping. You're catching light in a different way. Seems I spend so much time just facing this wall. I don't know what I suppose this wall should do. Bearclaw dreams of saints in the city waiting. Bearclaw dreams of strength. She dreams up something better. Baltimore's built on the bones of rats. You can crack them underfoot if you wish. And thanks for the warning, but I think gotta stand, yeah. I sit back and sprawl and stare at the stars. Seems too much, I just stare at the ceiling. With my hand on your back, without feeling. Did I stand too firm? Did I stand too tall? Did I listen to you? Did I listen to you at all? On a night like tonight between thunder and light, North Ave is a war zone. The cops cleaned up when the shooting stops on street 11 with a dog-eat-dog. Well, on the third floor, we hoped and we prayed. We prayed for something better. Did I stand too firm? Did I stand too tall? Did I listen to you? Did I listen to you at all? Bearclaw dreams of saints in the city waiting. Bearclaw dreams of strength. She dreams of something better. Yeah, she dreams of something better. Oh, oh. Yeah, she dreams of something better. Yeah, she dreams of something better. All those men, they frighten me with your talk of cars and guns. And I was hoping you might comfort me with sense and eyes and skin. Breathing is the moment. It's the moment held inside of you. It's the purging of the past. So when I lie beside you breathing, you know the moment is all I ask. Yeah, the moment is all I ask. So you know they frighten me when it's all their righteous talk. They took out of church my grandfather's spring. And hush now, baby, you know they cannot bulldoze everything. Breathing in your hair, I hold you here in my heart. I ask you to hold me there as well. I am weeping. It's like this satin is slipping glass. It's like this moment is slipping past. This moment is all I have. Yeah, the moment is all I have. Sharp wood shatters silence and sharp wood shatters bone. I sense frustration in you, underestimate. I'm counting up the time like a clock. Keep your voice beneath me. Oh, I know it keeps your breathing easy, but keep your voice beneath me. Because to me, you know you still are breathing. You know you are breathing. You are breathing. Oh, yeah, you know you're breathing. Yeah, you know you're breathing. You know you're breathing. Yeah, 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 Though you know you frighten me with your talk of boys and fun, and I was hoping you might comfort me. I was hoping you might comfort me. I was hoping you might breathe with me. I was hoping you might breathe.
Do you remember when that vocal part was hard? That's one of the nice things.
No. Yeah, I do.
I remember, like,
Wait, I don't want to growl. I'm not going to growl.
is it that one? Like, there's a song on It was, oh my god. Because I thought it was that
I think it was
one.
Bulldozer where you were just like, and that's one of the reasons
If
it
you
didn't go on an album for a
crank-
long time.
So if you crank the end of the track, the recording in the studio, if you crank the volume, you can hear me going, son of a bitch! Because I got really, really close and like my voice just was not going there because it was really much more aggressive than I had ever really been to that point. I was not scowly and growly until I met Rob. But yeah, you can hear, if you crank the track, you can hear me yelling son of a bitch in the background.
In all fairness, I feel like I have a lot of recordings in various places that if you were to let actually be like an
Well, we put it on the
unedited where you
CD.
yell son of a bitch, but yes.
Oh man! All right, so give me a second because now we're like really shifting gears. I had a whole like plan. And just like whatever.
Cecilia.
Yes.
Next Tuesday is St. Cecilia Day.
Is it really?
I think that's right.
I don't know.
Have we played Matador or Molotov Swell in previous
Yes.
anniversary shows? Oh man, Emily,
Sorry.
we're not going to do it for you. Maybe if you come back with us next couple of weeks, we'll be able to do that. But we're trying to make sure we don't play any of the songs we've played for our anniversary shows before, unless things truly go off the rails.
Yeah, because we're about to have like a 50+ song 3-video set of all different songs with these live streams. What?
Emily would like to inform us that ball sack. Oh, and I think Kristen and I are pressing the button at the same time.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because we're here, like Kristen and I like press the ball sack together.
We're gonna do some crazy stuff in here though. I definitely like this one, for example, is definitely we don't do this song.
I'm back.
You're gonna ruin the vibe of this song.
Okay.
man. We don't do this song.
Ball sack.
Rob likes this song, and
Zero Gravity brings up an excellent point.
what's the point? Yeah, you and Kristen.
Okay,
Let
Kristen,
your
I'm not going
wife
to touch
do
the button
this.
anymore. Okay, fine.
Kristen, you get to push the buttons.
Yeah, I'll stay
and
out of
Rob
it.
gets to say stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing at Udio Cafe next month. We got 2 full band shows coming up between now and the end of the year. The first one is this Saturday. We're actually just a 4-piece at 7 Locks with Rowan Corbett, and then the Saturday after that, we're playing a very happy birthday special at Pete's Barbecue in Washington D.C. And then next month is going to be Nudio Cafe, and both of those are going to be full band shows. We don't know what we're getting into with Fat Pete's, but I hear the barbecue's amazing, and we'll just make a ruckus. And then Nudio Cafe, that's going to be our first Nudio Cafe show without Richard, and who knew that was going to be a thing?
Then perhaps this is a fitting song for that. When
Chris Eric, stay out of the green room.
when I believe it was FDR, I cannot remember whether it was FDR or Wilson, so forgive me as my tired kicks in, went to the Muir Woods. They call a section of that the Cathedral Forest, because of course they stretch up there. And especially during pandemic, it's funny how songs come back around. This is a very old song of mine. This is off of samples, so we're talking 13, 14 years old. During pandemic, nature was my church. My husband referred to my back deck as my panic room with a view. And this is a song in honor and appreciation of nature as church.
Michelangelo is painting ceilings still. His back not to a platform, gravity has not the will to bring he and his colors down. Green, green, high above the ground. Mother gave you a ring for every anniversary. Placed a circle in your skin so you'd remember everything. A string tied around your limb, blowing in an ocean wind. The closest that most living things will ever get to heaven, on the skirts of the saints, north of all the angels. I am here below, trying to grow. I could take you home and plant you in my yard. Wait 1,000 years or so and see how far I could climb up then, but they might not let me in. So I'll just wait right here in this great cathedral. Messiahs it has witnessed, through the fire it's persisted. Priests and presidents and me, gone before the last of it leaves. The closest that most living things will ever get to heaven, on the skirts of the saints, north of all the angels. I am here below, trying to grow, trying to grow.
Is that where it ends?
Kinda.
I'm ready for that song to just keep going.
Which you say every single time we play it.
It's the wonder of having.
Got one,
it's the wonder of having a goldfish memory.
Yes. The song castle is new every time. So yeah. Cool. Yeah, and like I said, we just don't. We did one for like a churchy kind of like service because it was very, you know. Chris Eric was saying I do just way too much. Thanks, Kristen. I just do just a stunning amount of research, you know, for my songs, and that song is no exception. And actually, the fun fact that I could take you home and plant you in my yard, what blew my freaking mind, because Rob's using the pedal, that's what it is they will give you seeds for these things. And you can go plant them, the big, giant, tall, crazy, 100 years later tree in your yard like you do. Like, that feels like you shouldn't be able to do that, you know? Anyway.
I agree. It feels like you shouldn't be able to do that. Did they grow?
I didn't do it. Oh. I felt like I shouldn't do that. Because think about it. I mean, not to like... Again, we're talking about time here, anniversaries and stuff like that. You know, we have friends who have, you know, pets that have to be written into wills and stuff like that because they're going to live a really, really long time. How do you bequeath a tree or the responsibility of a tree?
Wasn't that one of the coolest pieces of art at the Pittsburgh Carnegie Art Museum, though? It was a photograph series about the tree, but the tree, they had gone through the legal process of incorporating the tree as itself or something like that.
Like an NFT, and then people had to care for it.
Yeah, and what a cool thing. Basically, like giving it its own self-governing ability.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I wrote a song about Ents recently.
I should tune.
We're not going to play it tonight, but speaking of trees, the majesty of trees was the topic of the last new song night at the Monday Night Vom, and I've been sometimes good about participating in those and sometimes not, but when you're given majesty of trees and you can just go off about like Treebeard inviting everyone to an Ent moot just to troll them with a pun, and then they'll turn around and have to walk away. It's a great song, guys. This is danceable. Tree, 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 majesty of trees. It's very fun, I assure you. We are ilyAIMY from Baltimore, Maryland.
You assure them we are ilyAIMY?
ilyAIMY stands for I love you and I miss you.
We have not been
which
replaced.
is feeling freaking fierce tonight. I love you and I miss you.
Yeah. No, and I kind of built it like it's just some gravitas. Like this next one, there are a couple of songs from the early days where
that sucks that my screen is
it
gonna
was
take
like
this time to...
you and me, because I didn't play percussion in the beginning, and so it was just the guitars, you know. And this, like, you're not really a folk writer, but I maintain this song in its relative ease to play and anthemic nature actually probably would do really well. So we're gonna do one of the oldest songs of the band and my being in it, and then something like extremely new. Cause I wrote the set list with Excel spreadsheets and craziness. And if you have general like questions, since Kristen is on the chat, sort of pulling stuff up, if you have like questions about our crazy 21 years together and various experiences and things like that, we're very happy to tell you our tales, not just sing you our songs. But this one like really just really excites me.
I tell a story to start loosen off about how there was this woman in college who I was smitten with, and we would drive, just get in the car and drive various directions and run around and run amok. And there was this one moment when we were driving through little back roads, and this is long before GPSs and phones are going to tell us how to get home. It was basically sort of like, well, I know 95 is between me and the coast, so if we drive west from here, we're going to hit I-95, and that means, you know, we know how to get home.
813!
Oh, it's 813. Happy 21st anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Our old shows used to always happen at 8:13 p.m., so we know pretty certainly that, 8:13 is the moment you first stepped on stage with me.
In our leather pants.
We rock stars.
Questions. All right, here's one. Did the cookie scent ever return to the restroom hand soap? That venue didn't exist much longer after that.
Yeah, it died shortly thereafter, which is a shame. I think mostly because people would go to there just to smell the bathrooms.
Exactly.
They wouldn't buy anything. They would just go into the bathroom, sniff it, and leave. It was terrible. That was the Cup in Bel Air, Maryland. And that was where I first met Uncle John Sawbriar. Free climbing the exterior of the building. Like, get down here now. Your set is next. I have fond memories of that. Anywho, one of these strange places that we ran across was an old abandoned furnace factory of some sort. And I've told the story before that she jumps on the coal chute and I follow her. And we're down there at the bottom of this coal chute. And we look up and this perfect gray sky and this first snowflake of winter comes down and it comes down between us and our eyes lock and I'm like, this is the moment. And sure enough, she leans in and she says, you know, Rob, I love you just like a brother. And that was heartbreaking. And I use that as the intro to Loosen.
But it's really
it's the same person. But this is the real song.
carry it.
Cold, older, red, hot and black, burning none too cleanly. Cold, older, roll on back, but you crushed a new life today and now you won't look back. But I am standing simple, I am standing proud. I was hand in hand, you know I was head in clouds. There were men here shoveling me long before us, giving heat, where we now scrape our feet. This temple now stands around us, it stands for fire long gone out, as do I. When there's life here, frozen for us with diamonds set in soil. Slipping up now would be catastrophic. I'd fall down like a sack of meat at your feet. Well, silly cold Boulder, if you were just but older, but you're heavy, burnt, and black. There's a house now abandoned on a frozen moor. I could not ask for more. There's a mountain, yeah, we found that river again. I could not ask for more. Kept time in mind, I kept a rope in mind. I wish you'd ask for more. There's my coat and there's the door. Well, I am standing solid, you are standing cold. You're standing solid and you're standing cold. The path is fearsome, but I'm growing bolder. I am standing simple and I stand alone. You've shown the way now and I'm going home. Well, I am standing solid, you are standing cold. The path is fearsome, but I'm growing bolder. I am standing simple and I stand alone. You've shown the way now and I am going home. Well, I am standing solid, you are standing cold. The path is fearsome, but I'm growing bolder. I'm standing simple and I stand alone. You've shown the way now and I am going home. Well, I am cold Boulder, please go Boulder. Cold Boulder, please go Boulder. Cold Boulder, please go Boulder. Cold Boulder, go on home. Well, I am standing solid, you are standing cold. The path is fearsome, but I'm growing bolder. I am standing simple and I stand alone. You've shown the way now and I am going home. booked it correctly.
I don't know what it was either.
I'm not going to worry about it. So you still like that one? I like that one too. We had that worked out with like 4-part harmony for a long time. I don't know if any of us remember it. Be kind of amazing to do.
How you doing out there, guys? Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark
Happy
Rooney.
music-versary. Happy music-versary.
Mark Rooney, we shall be playing with you in 2 weeks, which brings us to what we'll actually be doing next week. Because 2 weeks away is Tycho, Heather, you, me, Rowan Corbett, Mark Rooney, Kristen Jones, all in the
It's gonna be great.
Tycho bunker. What could possibly go wrong? They'll have big sticks. We won't. But next week, we will have Chuck the Maddox in the house. I don't think he actually... he was like, when are we getting together? We should get together. We should hang out. We should have a movie night. We should have something. And I was like, well, if it's a Wednesday night, it's going to be live from the Lair. And I think he didn't see that last sentence and then chose a Wednesday night. So he may or may not realize he's coming in for music, but it's going to be fine. We'll have a good time.
How do people not realize when they're coming here? It's like, that's what's happening.
This is, especially because this is week 139. Happy week 139 of doing this.
Happy week 139.
What's next? I can't see.
New stuff.
Oh.
In tune, no less. In mere seconds. So Cole Boulder's an old song. We're gonna get into a block here that's really about like when you're old versus when you think you're old. I think there's probably been no time in our lives where we didn't think we were old. Really?
There's a disconnect in my head with being a relatively short male, in that I often feel old right up until I'm surrounded by people who are taller than me. And like, for example, Ethan. Doesn't matter that he's a bit younger than me. It doesn't matter that I'm the gray one. He makes me feel like a kid because he could lift me up and throw me off a balcony twice and then go down and pick me up and nurse me back to health with his giant man arms. So there are moments. Richard McMullen made me feel like a kid all the time because he was my elder, certainly, but also because he was just like a good foot plus taller than me, and I always literally looked up to him. So that is one thing that does make me feel young, being short. For better or for worse. Who knows?
Guitars are so upset.
Gary, I haven't seen you in so long, I don't even fucking know.
Ah! What the heck? What was that? I missed it.
Oh, she's taller than me, so does she make me feel young?
Oh, I got you.
Oh, Carrie, come here and make me feel young again.
Rob maybe has played this with me. I don't actually know. It's possible he hasn't, but he's gonna now. So this is one of the more recent songs I've written. Probably second or third to last, most recent. About just my rage scream into the pandemic as I was doing the domestic requirements of the time, and wondered what the rest of my life would hold. And this is the rage scream. There's no editing in it. It's me thrown up into the song, which is much more of a you thing, and it was just too close to the surface. So
Rage screaming songs.
yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Did I get my 15 minutes? Was that fame? Hard to tell what it is or isn't, 'cause he left as soon as it came. Did I blink and miss it? A nice place to visit if you can play the game. But all I play is this guitar, and so far when I lose feels the same. Every dream stops dead out of truth. You can't accept, can't break through. But I hear they let anyone sing as much as they want at the kitchen sink. La da da da. hometown hero. I said it with derision. I wanted more. So much time spent building madly. Building what? I'm not even sure, but I sure look busy. Spinning and spinning on that wheel in my cage. Rocking in a chair, going nowhere. Digging holes in the garden to bury my rage. And every dream stopped dead out of truth. You can't accept, can't break through. But I hear they let anyone sing as much as we want while we're shoveling. La da da da. La da 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 da. Could have been, should have been, who even knows anymore? The hunger, the fire, and it all died. So it just piled up into clothes on the floor. And if it's all gone, who am I? What am I for? La da da da. Cause every dream stops dead out of truth. You can't accept, can't break through. But I hear they let anyone sing as much as we want while we're straightening things. Oh, I hear they let me sing at the local bar for a free drink. Oh, I hear they let anyone sing, anyone sing.
What? What, do you have a thought?
Not if they've got a good booker. They won't just let anybody in. I mean, come on now. Like, you got to be decisive about who you're going to let into your thing. I am still going to get around to writing the follow-up song to that, which is where you take fate by the ballses and, like, make your own bar called The Kitchen Sink and only book really freaking awesome musicians like ilyAIMY. That's my plan. Yes, your dad points out that
hey,
Rob
Tina.
is little.
You're getting
Tina
all the
Ross.
scally grally bits, and we're gonna do some twinkly. We're gonna do some twinkly. Tina is a beast guitar player. Neat, interesting stuff. You know. I was glad I got to catch you in that late night round. You were my last taste before I went to bed that night.
All right.
So you said you tuned the guitar into this, but
Yes,
all right. Oh. Careful there. So this goes back to the when you think you're young, when you think you're old. It's funny how those things often occur simultaneously. Like, I definitely have these moments where I still feel very young. I'm freshly 42, but I do not most days feel 42. And then some days I feel 100. But I felt that way when I was 25, you know? And so...
It is, yeah. Well, I was actually, this is the conversation I was having with Tina Ross. We were,
oh, yeah?
Because she wrote that wonderful song that was in her round about aging as a musician. I don't remember the entire context of it, but gorgeous song, great song. And we were talking about it and about how we all seem to have that song, right? And I think I said something about, like, basically, and I wrote it down because Tina told me to write it down about how basically, yeah, we've all been about as old as we're ever gonna get, or we are as old now as we've ever been. So I've got an assignment from her, and but yeah, it's funny how we can all relate to being old, and yet none of us are ever really aware of the concept of being young while we're actually young. Because, man, when we were young, we really thought we knew shit. And it wasn't until, like, I guess about 27, well, for me, I think it was around the age of 30 when I lost my father and I realized I didn't know anything. And oh my God, I wish I could call my dad and ask questions right now because he seemed to know everything. And yet I would love to have the conversation now and him be like, yeah, I was just making everything up and hoping for the best, because there's a lot of that going on.
One day I'm going to make you watch How I Met Your Mother. You say so many How I Met Your Mother things without realizing. So this is one of the oldies.
It's a song I don't feel entitled to anymore. Thanks, Dancin' Ed. You know I'll live to be 19 forever. The careless, harmless flirting, fretting for an uncaring world. And 19 may be too young. Then again, I've always been too young. You say I got so much growing up to do, but I say never. You know that I never wanted to. You say maybe just an inch or two. Well, I say never. You know that I will never do. You know we all were artists, so careful with our eyes. You know we all were lovers, so careless with our hearts. Though I love to watch you sleep, it's flattering to see you still yourself so near to me. Diving in, I love to watch you sway. Though you sway away from me, it's flattering just to be here. Morning marches in, the bedside clock is kicking in my head. With every talk, we do not talk and I lean in. Morning sun, you know it leaps up on so high that I will be the one to leave your lips untouched. No, we all were artists, so careful with our eyes. No, we all were lovers, so careless with our hearts. We're artists, so careless with our hearts. Let's not romanticize. Though I was never harmless, but I never meant no harm. You know, some days I don't plan to see you 49. The careless, harmless flirting leads to harm. And too old, maybe. But then again, baby, you know it's better than being too young. You know your dance was torture.
With
With every twisting left, I was left right out. Diving in, I love to breathe you in as you breathe out. But your breathing's burning in you. It's the only thing that was ever burning in you. You know we all were artists, so careful with our eyes. You know we all were lovers, so careless with our hearts. We all were artists, so careless with our hearts. Let's not romanticize, we were careless with our thighs. No, I was never harmless, and I never meant no.
Oh, I was never wrong.
I was never wrong with your goodbyes. You were never wrong with your goodbyes.
It's what you mean now, or you wouldn't have said it.
Okay, so next year next 2 years we'll go through the full thing, so that we'll played all the songs that we'd learned up to that point in our anniversaries, and then maybe in the 5-year or something like that, maybe 25-year anniversary. Yeah, we can go back and do all the songs we fucked up in the.
That's gonna be a lot of songs.
Hey now.
It's like fucked up or remix. You know, sometimes it's the you had to be there. I maintain that last line was Freudian.
I don't know. I think there was something about looking over and being like, Mara loves this song. Your mom loves this song. And your mom knows all the lyrics to this song. So I'm really glad I'm not screwing up any of the lyrics to. Oh, damn. Tina, we've been playing together for 21 years. This is our 21st anniversary as of 27 minutes ago.
You're catching us pulling some of the wild songs out. So it's a mix of the new songs and the old songs, and we are trying not to duplicate. We will not duplicate any of the songs we've done in our 2 previous live streams, because we've now done
139
3 of anniversary streams.
Right. This is our 139th week of Live from the Lair every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. ET. And this is our 3rd anniversary while web streaming, which is just nuts. But our 21st anniversary playing together. Someday I'm going to figure out when Rowan and I first played together. We'll go play his anniversary.
So you can tell when you've been in a band long enough that all your gear is breaking at the same time. All of our stuff is breaking. I have two tuners that have just gone bye-bye. I had to replace my speakers a couple of weeks ago that I had for like 13 years.
PayPal.me/ilyAIMY, Venmo at ilyAIMY.
And this guitar took a spill thanks to a 23-mile-an-hour gust of wind that has left a little beauty mark in the front, and I think has thrown the neck a little tiny bit. Hence my constant tuning. What's yeah?
Oh, just that feeling of like also the instruments are in rough shape. I kind of don't, but I kind of do. But I'd really like to try out so I know whether or not how I feel on the subject. Really, I'm really enthralled by the new Fender Acoustasonic Jaguars.
That's a whole mouth words you said. Whole mouth full of words that you just said.
They look really cool.
I
Telecasters.
don't even know what that means.
They look really neat. I bet I want to play one and feel how it feels to play one. I'm not.
This song,
I haven't joined you yet. Third fret. What are we doing? What's going on?
I am doing the set list.
Oh.
The thing 12, number 12. This is my 38-year-old self who was trying to cope with a career disappointment. And in the mix of also getting married very, very late for the first time. And so this was initially the defiance. My songs have always been a bit aspirational, where I write them not believing them yet. And this was the one I did not believe and had to grow into.
I'm getting a tattoo because of me messing up lyrics. Are you getting too many getting too many lizards tattooed on your... I can't scroll up to see who's written that. I guess it's probably Carrie.
And Jillian, who's in this, actually does have my words tattooed on her. I don't know if anybody else in the world does, but I know she does, which is pretty cool. All right. Chris Sato, this was your request.
Do the ribbons in my hair look far too girlish for the gray? Do we put our hearts away? Who says it's time? I'd rather not look foolish. Maybe I'm too old to do this. But we don't get to choose our prime, and yours might not be mine. 'Cause if we come too late to all we love, by the only road there was, do we not get to dance for as long as we can, if not for as long as we want, if not for as long as we want. Couldn't wander any faster, had to weather every mile. Couldn't gather all the treasure in a day. Wisdom in my eye, but all they see is the time. Gaining like an enemy, and I try not to agree. 'Cause if we come too late to all we love, by the only road there was, do we not get to dance for as long as we can, if not for as long as we want, if not for as long as we want. The lines on my face, like the lines on the page, cannot trade the heartbreak for the song it brings. So I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing. 'Cause we all come too late to all we love, by the only road there was, and it is there we will dance for as long as we can, if not for as long as we want, not for as long as we want, if not for as long as we want.
So I gotta tell you,
Is this the song or the guitar you got plugged in?
yes. Why?
Carrie thinks she might be hearing the pickup going in and out.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know that there's a way for me to determine that at this moment.
Maybe I will turn the volume on it off, and I will
Just use that mic.
the mic.
Yeah.
Can you kill that from where you are, just to keep it from clicking in and out or anything?
You know, you ask a wonderful question.
I do ask a wonderful question.
But no, the
So
answer
I
is
can
no, so
I can
you just-
tell the people interesting things while we do that. So this very day,
Sitting down sucks. My butt, it hurts.
This very day,
What?
I got a message from the mandolin player who played on the studio version of that song that has yet to see the light of day.
Yay.
Mark Sylvester, who's an amazing mandolin player and bass player, was like, hey, did that song ever get finished? And I'm like, yeah, it did. And then pandemic came and crushed all my plans for what I planned to do with it. You know, I didn't have, like, the money to... Originally, it was going to be planned to be 2 vinyl singles. And I was going to take Ask For Me and Good Heart from my previous solo album and put them as A's and B's with If We Come Too Late and My Demons, which were new recordings. That's it, fully mastered. I didn't have the money and I didn't have the ability to tour behind them because of pandemic, and so they're just sitting there. Which now, you know, God, from the time that we started in this business to now, we could go out and sell like 10 CDs in an open mic. 3 songs and we would sell 10 CDs, which, you know, that was like $150. And we made a decent living, you know, in the early days. By no means like amazing house, amazing car, whatever, but we made a decent enough living.
And now we make a decent enough living thanks to Venmo and PayPal.
Yes, thank you guys.
And the web streams and things like that. Paul, thank you for sending us math along with along with a tip. Thank you so much. Emily Conrad, 17 years of listening to us. That's a lot of patience. Thank you. Mark Rooney, happy anniversary. No, thank you very, very much. I don't know that I can see Venmo comments right now. Something I've been remiss about is reading the comments on the tips as they come in. I read them later, and then I don't get to say, you know, thank you on the air. It's one of my favorite things. Is some of you are quite charming. Some of you get poetic as shit. It's kind of nuts, but thank you. No, I don't know how to read anything else. Okay, anyways.
So now it's like, now there's this terror of you have this art, but you don't know how to release it in any way that would not just bleed money, because if I release them as digital singles, I will never make the money back I spent to record them.
You release them to Moonanites, who are rich in moon gold.
So we're gonna do what we've done in previous anniversary live streams. We're probably gonna push to the 2.5 hour mark to fit the songs we have intended, but we have a few short ones here. This one we didn't do in the previous ones, and to me, this is the one that sums up kind of the defiant choosing of this life. And this is a way old song.
Robastiano, this one's for you.
Yep.
Oh, Tina is almost like effectively requesting My Demons. That was like on the list, right?
It could be, or we have not done it in the past. We might make...
I hope this one's all right. This guitar is a lot louder than the aux,
already.
but well, it's not.
Okay. Oh, it's all right. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, Kristen's chatting.
Okay, let's make sure it's fine.
Oh, I can't press
Is
the
it fine?
button. What's this?
Is it
Kristen's
fine?
like, I'm putting
What's
headphones
up?
in to check
What's
how there's a
up?
guitar. She didn't notice anything to this point,
Okay.
and now you've put down your guitar. So
That's fine.
thank you.
Don't
Dave.
worry. We have a mic down here just for extra safety.
Rain came down, backwashing alleyways, drowning men out of holes. The water ran red as people lost skin, and a frightened young man, he looked down upon his toes. He's in danger of getting his feet so wet. Ships are tossing down in the harbor. The wind is raising, the rain is pounding down. Ships are sinking down in the harbor as the waves come up. They climb past the dikes, they climb past the fence posts, they suck past the sentries, they lapped and locked giant doors as the rains came down, down, down. These are the martyrs, and these are our prayers, and these are our lives. Down in the harbor there forms a storm, they could wipe us all clean of life. Stick tight now and close your eyes now and hope this storm pass you by. And there came a woman, a hero, a martyr. We called her Mary, she needed no comfort. But down the harbor she walked in the sky, she walked on waves, she walked on water. These are the martyrs, and these are our prayers. These are our lives, they're given to us. Do it as we see so fit. Rest assured that I will. Rest assured that we will. Rest assured that we will. Rest assured that we will. Frame, she walked on the ocean floor. She shone like copper with a 6-foot frame. She walked the side, she walked, thought you had to see. And she asked me to walk with her, 6 foot tall with her. She turned to me and whispered, and don't fear the storm. The water is 6 foot deep. People in the mud, another 6 foot under. It's a struggle, such a struggle to keep my head above water. And I'm clinging on to Mary's shoulders, and I'm standing up on Mary's shoulders, and I'm weighing down on Mary's shoulders as she drowns. These are the martyrs, and these are prayers. These are our lives, they're given to us. Do it as we see so fit. Rest assured that I will. Rest assured that I will. Rest assured that I will. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, I'm going to trade 14 for the request. Okay. That's how I'm going to do that. So, Tina, you're going to get your way. Because it was one of the songs we haven't done. So, I have like all kinds of, backup songs depending on what people had to say. Thank you, Tina. So, Tina was there in the late. Like, they even ran late, so we didn't get started till like 2:15. So, 2:15 in the morning, I am opening, like, my mouth to start this song. And by then I was just like, all right, we real.
Hold on.
Sure.
I just gotta, since we're here, it says they're there, let's give a shout out Badger, 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 badger.
You're so odd.
Nerf it is so much easier when you've got friends. And so it was really good to see the honey badgers, Aaron and Michael. I think you were one of the first people I greeted and some of the last people I said goodbye to. And I appreciate that greatly.
So I, at 2 o'clock in the morning, proceeded to get up in front of the crowd, and I said, it was a very full room of people. I was like, Anxiety and Depression Club in the house. And they went ballistic. And then we all burst out laughing, because, like, that should not be a call to great excitement. But it is a reminder that we all want to be seen, and that we are not alone. And that these are survivable things.
And Nerf is this crazy thing where we are making ourselves... It's not what it's about, I don't think, in theory. But we make ourselves so incredibly vulnerable during this 4-day, technically professional conference. But, you know, you're getting up at 9 or 10 in the morning so you can make sure you get breakfast before you go to the panels. And then you're staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning every night to play these showcases and to just jam with your friends and find the best acoustic properties of any given stairwell. And there's something... We're all chemically driven creatures, right? So even when we're already firmly in your club, and, you know, I'm not leaving your club. There's no way you can kick me out of your club, the Depression and Anxiety Club. But the heightened flavor of all of that through lack of sleep, and then everyone around you being in that heightened state, it's bizarre and wonderful and strange. And Ariel of Girl Blue said it really, really well. It's like being on drugs. It's like being on drugs. And I've got a couple songs actually about the similarity between being drunk and being just overtired. And it's a very, very similar mental state where you make bad decisions.
And now that we're older, we do not... I mean, like, I remember my early Nerfa days. I think my first Nerfa was like 11 years ago. And yes, whiskey was the last thing I drank, and that's not what I do anymore. And I carried around a water bottle all the time because I'm 42 now.
Yeah, you brought a whole case of beer that we did not drink.
Didn't touch it. I was like, I'm going to totally drink this. And every night I was like, yeah, I'm going to drink that beer. And then
Tina's like 5 in the morning. Well, Tina, okay, you win.
Well, yeah, Neil and them had something going around until the 5, and I've done it more at Falcon Ridge than at Nerfa. Once or twice I did the 5. So anyway, Tina was present in that hanging out in the audience of that round, and I minced no words. I was like, here's what we're doing. When I am gone, maybe too young, and when you mourn all you might have done, sipping your whiskey, singing my songs, and cursing my demons. Got me after all. Well, spare me your pity. Give me my due. And think more of me than you do of you. 'Cause you were love to my demons, but you'd never say, beloved mistress, kept in the shade. 'Cause my so-called angels did me no favors, caused as much trouble
as the devil ever did. Yeah. Love's the wrong man, played savior, so heavy a conscience, for so good a kid. But oh, the forgiveness I've known in the dark, the velvet obsidian of my broken hearts. Would I be different, trading my blues for all of that sunshine that's working for you? Cause my kind of fire drives me to the ledge, where I look over flames at my back, and I do not jump, and I'm not consumed, but when I'm myself, they say I am doomed. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. So when I am gone, maybe too young, and when you mourn, all I might have done, sip on your whiskey, go ahead and sing all my songs, but be kind to my demons. With me all alone.
Forget this.
Do you like how I did that?
Yup.
That tickled you.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, that tickled you. All right, so
We should pick two or three more songs.
Okay, so I say skip 16 because we'll do it another time.
Okay.
I would even you've already done 17.
You want to do just 15, 19, 20?
15, 19, 20. Yes, 15, 19, 20.
Okay, cool. Okay. Man, we're playing all the songs about feeling old while we were young.
And I'm gonna have to update this, but that you watch will wind up at 18 songs like we did for every other live stream that we did as the anniversary. It'll be something like that.
Really? We've been 18.
18 each time. I bet you. I bet you. All right, cool. So we're gonna go old, medium, and then something we've literally never done until tonight. I figure that's a good way to the spectrum of it all. All right, hey Tina, thank you for sticking around. And yeah, after you've stuck around till the 3:15 end of the round, I think you are more.
And Tina, you let us know when you're in Baltimore, and we'll put you in our basement and force you to play with us.
For reals though. Tina's got streaming chops though. We could bring her in on like.
You can bring her on the stream, but it's more fun when you're in the basement. Join us in the Lair. If you met Jillian Matundin at NERFA, or through our streams or wherever, she'll be our guest in the Lair in 2 weeks. Oh, I guess I screwed up my timing with the Tycho. Next week is Chuck the Maddox, beatboxer.
You should just make sure that you're on our mailing list because it's right on there.
Next week is Chuck the Maddox. The week after that is Jillian Matundin. The week after that is definitely Tycho.
Mailing list.
Get on the mailing list, yeah, because I don't
have
remember what happens after that.
List.
Oh, it's so good to have Mark
Oh my
Rooney in the
God,
stream.
Robert.
Oh my God, it's so cool. He's got both hand claps and hearts there for me and all of my parts. I can't wait till we play with him. It's going to be really good and it's big and going to be like with all the drums. It's going to be freaking awesome. Do, 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 do. It's all the past tense, beautiful ones, where they're working in these bars. They keep the lights dim, down, 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 in the hope that the years don't show. And they raise up their eyes in revolution, ha. And then they open up their mouths. A gutter baptism won't ever save you, baby, but it won't be suicide if you drown. And I'm too young to play the games you play, my friends. I'm too old to turn you down. You wanna love while these bruises where it pleases. I'll try. All the young ones, if they are still young enough to run, well, they're better than me still. Their hungry eyes seek out the strongest, longest, best, and they're just angry at the rest. They open up their thighs in revolution, and then they open up their mouths. Well, some will learn to fight down, down upon their knees. Most will just drown. And I'm too old to play the games you play, my friends. I'm too young to turn them down. You wanna love while these rules is where it pleases. I'll try. Yet you always cut the deepest. Yet you always find a way. Dry your flesh out on me. They will burn you anyways. They won't burn you anyways. They would burn you anyways. What of me and all this noise I bring? I'm still working in these bars. I keep the lights dim, down, 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 in the hope that the years don't show. And I raised up my voice in revolution, and then I open up my mouth. I'm one more angel in these legions. I'm just waiting to be drowned out. Yet I always cut the deepest. Yet I always fly away. Try your flesh out on me. I would love you anyways. I would love you anyways. I would love you anyways. So I lost my thumbnail yesterday, I guess, actually.
Aw, you're so short.
And that song is really, really hard to play without my thumbnail.
Aww.
People often look at me accusingly as if, why do you have long nails? You prissy cat man. And most of them come into regular use. And right now I lost a couple nails on this hand and a couple. It's the weather change, right? They all get brittle, and I've got to be better about taking care of my nails.
2 nails left.
I'm going to have a vitamin rub all over my nails. And that song, especially, it's just like there's all this stuff, and it's like, oh, that's just flesh coming off my thumb there. Holy
sorry
crap!
About that. So 2 songs left. Like I said, one that is like medium old, and these go as kind of a bit of a set, sort of a thought.
Oh, was it 1920?
We said 1920.
Oh, I meant 18 and 20, but
okay.
Because I didn't want to end with. Well, that's fine. It's whatever you want. That's fine. I got a D20. We can just.
I think it should be 19 and 20 because I had a whole thing for this. I don't mind that we're uneven. You had a lot longer to write songs before I got into the band, and that's all part of
Thank
this.
you, Kaylin.
So yeah, I see these as a thematic set.
I feel that we haven't said thank you to Susan tonight yet because I feel like Kristen's been really good about giving her shout-outs, but I haven't said it out loud. Susie Bird, always good to have you. It was a happy birthday for you last week. And we miss you. Gotta go out there to Belleville. Belleville's calling.
Belleville's calling.
Belleville's calling. London's calling. Is that what you're referencing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was like, I don't know that song well enough to.
Come on back, Rob.
Come on back. I'm back. But I didn't get to go.
Come on back here now.
This is a love song.
Dedicated to all of you and us.
Forgiven value of love.
Love songs do not require reciprocation. Love songs do not require any level of particular commitment. Love songs just be.
There's actually a really sad part of this story that goes with this song that I never tell, and I'm not going to tell it now either.
Good, don't tell it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. We could have done it differently.
When no one thinks you're a good find, my friends think that you're from hell. But I can't say you're a bad find, though you're probably from hell. And we all think you're crazy, and yeah, you love to tell me so. But I can't say that's a bad thing. My friends think I'm crazy too. And I hear you had a hard day. Give all you got to give, not everybody sees. You're crazy as a good thing. Well, I hear that you're too young,
Not anymore.
but I know it's also said. Well, I act too young, no attention span. I can't sit still and can't behave. Well, I'm angsty and I'm frightened. I give all I got to give, and I leave nothing in reserve for this life I'm supposed to live. My dad scared that out of me. And I hear you had a hard day. Not everybody sees you're crazy as a good thing. I get a nice house with a nice yard and a nice fence, they say. Well, good job. Well, good try. Well, good dog. No, not everybody sees Be crazy as a good thing.
That was like, I'm a teeter on the edge of a mistake, but I'm not a mistake.
Bend all up into it.
Not a mistake. I want to take a breath and a moment
Momento.
before we do this. I feel there's only one song that probably characterizes where we're at this particular time in our lives, which nods to I don't know where you're at.
These boots are made for
I
walking.
thought that's where you were at, but
That's
I was
just
like, why?
what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Why does that?
Because I'm just filled with rage. Because my life is filled with rage.
I'm trying to have a sentimental moment
Sorry.
that
back.
speaks to
I'm back.
our time together.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't directed towards you.
I know.
That was the song that describes our lives as to
Your
everyone
life.
else. Rage, filled with rage.
I've been singing this song to myself for like the last week. And again, we've never done this. It is. I appreciate Rob's willingness to. I figure this is in the end, if it's imperfect, going to be one of those like late night, slightly drunken, bar sings. And so in your heart, I want you to imagine that kind of thing. 3. Slower.
Met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled. We talked about some old times and drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways. And I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. Far in the morning, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I'll never worry, why should I? It's all gonna fade. Now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day. But I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy after all these years.
Kinda, yeah.
Now we're gonna have the beer.
Yeah, we're gonna have the beer. I'm sure you mean tequila.
I mean beer. You can have tequila.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting us all this time. Oh my goodness. I hope we get to see some of you soon. Saturday, we're at Seven Locks in Rockville with Rowan Corbett in tow. And then the week after that, we're in Washington, D.C. at Pete's Barbecue with the full band. And then we've got one more full band show in December at the Nudio Cafe. And Richard McMullen, we love you and we miss you. And thank you to the world. Thank you, Heather Aubrey Lloyd.
Thank you,
21
Robert.
years.
Do I get to use your middle name? You
Nah.
middle name me now.
Nah. You have yours in your URL.
Yeah.
My middle name goes nowhere. Except for anger. It's triggering. I know you're upset with me.
Something nice. Here, we're gonna reset for just a second. Say something nice to me.
I am amazed. 21 years. This is beautiful together. How can we possibly have done this amazing thing, this beautiful thing? And how about 21 more?
How old will we be?
Too old, but that's beside the point.
I will go till the wheels fall off. I always said.
Ballsack. Thank you, Emily, for that inclusion. Sorry, you meant wheels, not yeah. Okay. You are beautiful. You are as beautiful as the day that I met you. Aww. And here we are 21 years later, and you're hot. And it's damn. And
you still have great hair.
Did you say gray hair?
Great! Oh my God!
Thank you.
You're still a punk.
Yeah. 21 years! 21 years! 21 years! 21 years!
Oi!
20,
21, 21.
Drink! Thank you. We've been ilyAIMY from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm clicking the button. You want me to click the button?
Oh God, click the button.
Oh, I should click the button.